An address presented by Prince Engineer Dr. Ato Ibechukwu Eze, OFR, Ebubukbo, Ozibondo, Chairman, 2023 Igbo Day Celebration, holding on September 29, 2023 at Michael Okpara Square, Enugu State, Nigeria. Once more, President General Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, Chief Engineer Dr. Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, CFR, OFR, MFR, Governors of Southeast Nigeria, distinguished senators, members of House of Representatives, members of Federal and State Executive Council, members of State House of Assemblies, members of diplomatic corps, Your Royal Highnesses, particularly the Chairman of Southeast Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Ambassador Lawrence O.C. Agobuzo, Igwe Biko Kenendi Igwe ọzọ niile, heads of delegations, fellow Igbo men and women, friends and well-wishers. I am delighted to share this year's Igbo Day holding in Enugu. However, I am unavoidably absent due to an already scheduled international engagement. Despite my physical absence, I am properly represented by Sir Izuchukwu Nwabeze, Ichie Chinemeze Nugbo, former Managing Director of Premier Breweries PLC, Onitsha. This year's theme, Igbo Kunie, is apt and should be well received by all Igbos. I am confident this year's event, within the administration of an illustrious son of Igbo land, President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, Chief Engineer Dr. Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, Aha Ejemba Ndigbo, will yield positive results for Ndigbo. The 2023 Igbo Day celebration is significant, being the first since the inauguration of the new administration at the federal level, as well as in some southeastern states. Consequently, may I use this opportunity to congratulate His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as well as the newly elected state governors at the polls. It is my view that the leadership of Ohaneze Ndigbo should initiate potent measures aimed at resolving current socio-political issues negatively affecting Igbos as a people. An important part of the strategy will be to continuously engage the federal government as a united cultural bloc with a view to harmoniously resolving some of the knotty issues that have negatively affected the Igbo people. Igbos have made some cases relating to marginalization in the past. While some of the cases may have merit, I am of the view that long-lasting results can be achieved through roundtable discussions, strong undivided leadership, and an organized political structure. Based on this, it is necessary that the leadership of Ohaneze Ndị Igbo should positively engage the federal government for the release of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, whose reported health condition attracts huge sympathy. Indeed, no number of meetings with the federal government or political consultations on the matter will be too much. I urge the newly inaugurated governors, as well as the older ones, to put in more energy and time aimed at creating a conducive atmosphere necessary for commerce to strive in southeast Nigeria. Already, insecurity has unleashed monumental misfortune upon the southeast economy. If the governors fail to do something urgent to arrest the current financial and human capital flight currently experienced in the southeast, the trend will continue to do an irreparable damage to the posterity of the people. Therefore, I urge the governors to create more employment opportunities for our teeming youths as a way of reducing insecurity in our region. I seize this opportunity to call on the federal government to address the many cases of erosion menace and damaged federal roads in the southeast. I also request His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to accommodate more Igbos in his administration. I congratulate the Igbos currently serving in the federal cabinet on their appointments. But I also urge them to continue to take the problems of the Igbos first-hand to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who has demonstrated focus and open-mindedness. It is appropriate to place on record the fact that His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu believes in and works with the Igbos since his political journey. Our brothers, Pastor Ben Akabweze and Mr. Joe Igbokwe, are visible examples. The president equally appointed an Igbo man and an indigene of Enugu State as the chief of naval staff, which is first in the history of Nigeria, as well as other key ministerial appointments, such as that of Works and Federal Capital Territory, etc. In a special way, let me appreciate the presence of the delegation of Arewa Consultative Forum, Efanifere, Pan-Niger Delta Front, PANDEF, and others for joining us in today's celebration. I enjoin the leadership of Ohaneze Ndị Igbo to work closely with various socio-cultural organizations within the geopolitical zones with a view to promoting national unity and building Nigeria, where our collective and peculiar diversities would be realized. Finally, I congratulate the President General of Ohaneze Ndị Igbo, the National Executive Council, and the local organizing committee of this event, and indeed all Igbos, as this event will definitely add to to organize voices in Nigeria political cycle and the world at large. Happy Igbo Day celebrations. Signed on behalf of Prince Engineer Dr. Ato Ikechukwu Eze, OFR, Ebubukpo Ozigbo Ndo, Ichiesa Izuchukwu Nwabeze. And he has also asked me to remind us, Nifa Jibaka Ebata as ndị Igbo, umaka ife me in 1966. We must continue to remember our history as a people. And with that in mind, for the second time, may I request all to stand for 1 minute in memory of our foreign heroes. Shall we stand?
Now, the past was a very glorious one. Our forebears were men of valor. They were great people. They moved Igbos from a low position to a very exalted position in 1960. By 1960, when we had independence, Igbos were the best. Igbos were the best in education. Igbos were the best in business. Igbos were the best in military, because the leader of the military then was an Igbo person, in fact, in all areas. So we had a very glorious past. We have to be grateful to our forebears. And I want to let you know that today, Igbos, a very grateful Igbo people will, for the first time, honor their heroes, men and women who made sacrifices to raise our name to a very high point, where people everywhere respect us. Today, those men and women will be honored. Their names will be as part of Igbo history. We are going to build, or Imobi has approved the building of a war headquarters of Ohaneze Igbo here at Enugu. It has been approved it was proposed by my council, my neck sent it up to Imobi. Imobi is approved. I have discussed with the governor. The governor has promised to give us a place. So within the next 1 year or two, there will be a world headquarters of Ohaneze Igbo here in Enugu. It will comprise a museum of Igbo history. It will comprise also a hall of fame where all these heroes will have their names displayed forever and eternally, I think, until the world is no more. So you can see we are making progress. Now, the past, they are very great. Now, the present. The present is very sad. I told you that on Igbo Day, we look at the past, we look at the present and the future. The present is bad compared to the past. I don't want to belabor. People know the frustrations, the hunger, the difficulties. But I want to tell you, when on 3rd of April this year, I was warning as the President General. All the 5 governors supported me. All the 5 governors gave me support, and they are still supporting me. Somebody like Governor Soludo had a meeting. I was moved. Soludo had a meeting in East Africa. I never believed that Soludo can cancel. Soludo, because of his love for Igbos, canceled the meeting in South Africa. And I saw him in Government House in Enugu, where I was sworn in, there in person. Anambra State Governor then was there in person. Your President Governor, Peter, was there in person. And Imo State Deputy Governor represented the governor. So, Ebonyi State Governor, representing him. Abia State Governor was also represented. So the 5 governors gave me support. And of course, that was of inspiration to me. On that occasion, I must tell you, I was not happy. I was not happy because I saw that things have gone back so much in Igbo land. But I want to tell you one story. Like an engineer and a scientist, I like to get facts. I commissioned studies on higher education, on industries, on agriculture, and every part of our life. I want to tell you, when I read the report of the study, I became very happy. Today, as I'm talking with you, if you look at me, I am more than 80 years. People say I look younger than 80. Yes, I look younger because I have seen a very bright future for Igbo land. I have seen a bright future for the use of Igbo land. That is why I am smiling, because I fought the battle. I staked my life because I was defending Igbos, I was defending Igbo use. So I am very happy. Everything, agriculture, industries, there's a lot. I can't go into that. If you go through my address, you will see all the areas. But a few things I want to let you know. One, we have a lot of raw materials. We have raw materials to start glass industry. We have more materials. We have the largest reservoir of limestone. Limestone is a major raw material used for cement. The report says we have enough for up to 4 cement industries. And by calculation, if we have 4 cement industries in Southeast, we may not need to go to borrow any money. We will supply most part of Africa with cement. And the profit margin is very high. And God has given us that raw material. God has given us coal. The good news is that my research, the committee I set up, brought me the news that Enugu coal is about the best in the world. So the coal mine is there. Now we have other things, many other resources. For example, we are sitting on the biggest reservoir of gas. Igbo land is gas. And gas today, you know, is stronger in economy than even oil. So when you go through my address, you will get through all this. So all I want to say to the younger ones in particular, because I'm over 80 years, when somebody gets to my age, of course, I mean, my time is going. But I am happy today that even if I'm recalled, this place, the young people have hope. If they can listen and apply, and within the few years I have, I'll do my best to create an environment that will be able to support you. So I have done all that. Meanwhile, I have looked at some of the problems we have. We talk about the insecurity, and that is very, very painful. We have not seen what we are seeing here before. An Igbo man killing an Igbo man. Somebody living in the comfort of home in Europe, declaring a sit at home. And then our people, poor people, losing their livelihood. A poor woman, frankly speaking, is very painful. But you see, I believe that when you are fighting a disease, you don't just apply medicine, you also try to fight what causes it. I believe that this problem is in a larger sense caused by poverty and bad and neglect. There is no doubt about it that we have not got a good deal from federal government. Most of our young people believe that we are not well treated, and it's a fact. Anybody of conscience will know we haven't had a good deal. I promise you, I'll do my best to fight it. Fortunately, at my age, I'm not looking for anything. God has blessed me. All I want is to support our people, and I'm going to fight it until God recalls me. And I know once I'm recalled, people will give me a proper funeral, and I will say bye-bye. I know that you will give me that. Now, so sitting by me here, you have Senator Chris Igige. He has offered, he is the chairman of our committee on youth development, job creation, and skill acquisition. He has got a wonderful program. In the next month or two, you will see the program, he will fold out for that. So we have set up committee in many other things. So I don't want to, all of them are in my speech, but the one I could mention to you is the committee on culture, which is headed by. In that committee, all chairmen of traditional rulers in all the states are members. That committee is to harmonize all our cultures and traditions and have a common calendar. In Igbo land, we have some things that are critical to our culture, like yam. Yam festival is important. But today in Igbo land, some people eat yam in July, some eat it in September, some even in November. By the time Obi of Onitsha finishes his job, and I hope by next year, we'll be able to have a harmonized calendar that in Igbo land, this date is a day when we now celebrate New Yam. If it's a week affair, there will be carnival during that period. It will be even a tourism affair. People from outside will come to us. There will be masquerade, there will be dancing, there will be a lot of things. We will make money through tourism. But above all, people will now respect us, that we are people with culture. Even this OG kola nut, which is important, I have seen a lot of confusion. They will look at it to check it. They will also go into our culture. People say Igbos have no respect. It's not true. As a child, we were taught, my parents taught me to have respect for others. My parents told me that if I don't honor any elder, I will get automatic curse. So I believe from childhood that if I abuse an elder, a curse will vibrate to me. That was a position. But today, young people can abuse anybody, internet, in newspaper, all sorts of things. This committee will try to revisit and redesign Igbo people to be people with culture. They may call for papers, and so some of you submit papers to them. So we have got another committee on education. We have got many. But the point I want to tell you now is, I traveled. I had to travel to, to UK and to America. There in London, there was a lot of crisis in Aneze. That's the problem we have. There's a lot of crisis. But I want to tell you that before I went there, I prayed to God. God has never failed me. God has never failed me. So when I went there, I was able to resolve the crisis in London. Now, so I was able to, yes, you can go. I know it's travels. I was able to resolve the crisis in London. Now, in America, I'm sure most of you read what happened in the newspaper. There, I was amazed. Many top Americans said that some centuries ago, when their forebears died, those who came to America first, they left messages that they were carried to America from Igbo land, and that they should do everything to locate Igbo land. They said they have located Igbo land, and in fact, a ceremony was organized in African Museum in Washington, very near to White House. It was a very wonderful ceremony. They, their families, their grandchildren, many of them declared that they're Igbos. I issued them with certificate on your behalf. They are looking forward to being here. And I even at that time, I called the governors. And mentioned it to them and sought their clearance to appoint them into the Presidential Advisory Council, that's PSC, of In-Enugu. So then I announced that they have been appointed into the, two of them only, General Watts, who is one of the highest decorated American generals, who is now a Nigerian and an Igbo man. And then Henry Watt, who is an expert in internet. He's a very rich man. So all of them are members of Presidential Advisory Council of In-Enugu. And then many other Americans have continued to approach me. We set up a committee under Sam Obaji. Sam Obaji lived in America for many years. The wife was the former Minister of Education under Obasanjo. So he is now to coordinate the diaspora. Igbo State Union, the leadership was there. Politicians belong to different political parties. But when they have problems, it is my duty to call them together as a father. So this position, I'm a father of the governors. And when they to solve it. So I want to thank them. Now, I am worried about the rate of killing, rate of loss of properties, what we have lost. And I feel that two things have been worried. One is the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I listened to what the chairman said. The chairman of this occasion, Prince Atoeze, demanded that I should work on it. I'm working on it. I want to assure you I'm working on it. The governors also, I want to let you know, 5 Southeast governors have already taken steps. I know that Soludo has even gone too far in this regard. So I want to tell you that all of us are working together. And I don't see why Nnamdi Kanu should be detained. If Nnamdi Kanu has committed any offense, I will not flip. But they have not told us any offense he committed. The time he escaped, his life was being threatened, and he escaped. Any human being whose life is threatened can escape. They brought him here from Kenya, and they told us that there was cases. We were watching. Since they brought him from Kenya, they have incarcerated him, put him in prison, and he's not feeling well. He's sick. We have been appealing to them to release Nnamdi Kanu. People have failed to release him. And most of the people who are attacking us, killing us, think that we, the politicians, the elders, the leaders, the politicians, are unable to release him. We are begging them. And I want to tell you that
Thank you. Thank you very much. The President General Ohaneze Ndị Igbo, Chief Dr. Emmanuel Iwanyanwu Aha Ejejemba, Your Excellencies, our royal fathers that are here, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, because of time, I'm going to also ask that I stand on the well-established protocols by the previous speakers. I am indeed honored to welcome you all to Enugu today on this occasion of the World Igbo Day for 2023. I am most excited to see this turnout of our brightest and best, from our honored royal fathers to our eminent spiritual fathers in the clergy, and of course, my fellow governors, and Ndị Igbo niile, whether here or following us virtually as it's normal nowadays. Our famous son, Chinua Achebe, once said in his bestseller book, Things Fall Apart, and I quote, "A man who calls his kinsmen to a feast does not do so to save them from starving. They have food in their own homes, When we gather together in the moonlight, village ground, it is not because of the moon. Every man can see it in his own compound. We come together because it is good for kinsmen to do so. And so it is that we, the Igbo, kith and kin, have once again gathered here to interact and reason together. I must quickly commend the choice of Enugu for this event. As we all know, Enugu has played a central and consequential role in the history of not only the Igbo, but indeed the history of Nigeria. Firstly, Enugu came into being in the early 1900s when coal was discovered around it. Enugu also became the administrative center of the southern province in the 1929. Consequently, it became the capital of the eastern region, what encompassed today Enugu, Anambra, Ebonyi, Imo, Bayelsa, Abia, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross River. After the Civil War, it remained the capital of the current Southeast states, then called East Central states. These essentially reconfirm its positioning as a political homeland of Igbo. In this light, and I'm also very pleased to hear that the chairman, the President General for Ohanaeze Igbo, has just confirmed here to us today that a Hall of Fame is going to be built here in Enugu to honor our past hero. I think this is a heritage and a value that we must cherish, and I'm glad that this decision was made. On this occasion, the theme for the World Igbo Day is Igbo Kunye, a clarion call for Ndi Igbo to stand up as one. This call is apt and is coming at about the right time. At this time, when Ndi Igbo are continuing to excel in virtually every walk of life and pull together in one direction, once again, and realize the huge potential that we have always had as a people. This would provide a launchpad towards welding ourselves into a compact. Just yesterday at the Economic and Security Summit, where we gathered again as Ndi Igbo, as the people of the Southeast, to discuss about the issues of security and economy in the Southeast. The idea of taking advantage of the Southeast state as a single unit was mooted. And here again today, we're calling on us that it is extremely important that we see the South as a single unit, begin to take advantage, to form a common market, and have entities, corporations, networks that allows us to take advantage of huge investment. And this is what we must do, because even though we may have several dialects, we are one people, one Igbo nation, and we must take advantage of that. The Igbo Day concept aligns with the resurgence in moves for improved unity and collaboration among Ndi Igbo. Some months ago, the Southeast Governors Forum held its maiden meeting in Enugu, where a number of landmark declarations were made. In addition, just today, the Igbo Security Economic Summit was concluded in Owerri, Imo State. These developments continue to strengthen our position as a people. Hopefully, this strengthening and consolidation will find expression in the area of our politics and encourage us to emulate our great forebears by building strong bridges with other ethnic blocs across the country, whenever it's in our best interest to do so. In my view, such handshakes across the Niger would be a sign of strength and not weakness. This welcome trend and this event, as well as others like it, will ultimately help us build capacity, which we can channel back to our homeland in the Southeast in many areas where there is room for improvement. For me, this event is unique in that it reminds us why we, Ndị Igbo, by focusing on the things that unite us, colorful culture and tradition. While there are many reasons for sober discourse in Igbo land at the moment, it is also important to remember that it is not all doom and gloom. That while we still have so much to work on and repair, there is still plenty to be proud about being Igbo. There are things that will continue to boost our self-belief, believe in Igbos and Igbo land, and will ultimately find expression in more tangible areas like our economy, through economic growth, and ultimately in increased appreciation of the need for peace and tranquility in our Igbo. Culture is also inextricably linked with societal values. Thus, as we put our culture in focus with events such as we are concluding today, we're sure to experience salutary impact on the strength and relevance of our value systems, which recently appear more and more to be in need of a boost. Finally, culture, as we have seen in many other parts of the world, can constitute an economic asset, even to the point of becoming a foreign exchange earner for the owners of the culture in question. Countries like India, Egypt, entertain millions of visitors annually to cultural sites like the Taj Mahal and the pyramids, respectively. Who says our culture cannot be elevated to such heights? With increasing development in the concept, even the World Igbo Day become a tourist attraction to Ndị Igbo at home and abroad, as well as their friends and well-wishers across the world. Given the events so far, it's obvious to me that this episode has been a resounding success. On the strength of this, one can expect that the next episode will reach even a new height in attendance, splendor, and overall impact. Now that the event has ended, let me join you all, especially those of you who may be visiting Enugu for the first time, to relax and spend the rest of your weekend here so that you can have the opportunity to fully enjoy the hospitality for which Enugu is known. Once again, it is a pleasure hosting you. Thanks for coming, and I wish you Godspeed as you journey home after this event.
Igbo kwenu, Igbo mụọnụ, zụọnụ, kachanụ. Biko, ị na-anya na wọchị gị efu na ụbọchị Eh? Okay. Ndewo. Enwekwala ike English Igbo abata ya. English Igbo dị allowed. Biko nụ. Ị na-anya ụbọchị abụrụzi nwanne mmadụ. Ọ na-emezi kwapụ. And ọtụtụ n'ime ndị nọ ebe a si ebe tere aka wee bịa. Ndị ga na Abịa, ndị ga na Anambra, ndị ga na Imo. Ana m ekene onye ọbụla ka m gbuo ịchafụ. Ụzọ okwu ịbụ a na-etọ. Nke mbụ bụ ekene protocol niile ka anyị rapụ na ya biko nụ. Ndewo na onye ọbụla chie mzele ebe o chili. Your Excellency, President anyị, ndị na-achị anyị nụ, ekene m onye ọbụla. Ekene ka izube ikene ọhaneze na nnukwu mmemme a. Ikene ọhaneze na onye isi anyị ọhaneze ndị Igbo worldwide bụ Chief Dr. Engineer Emmanuel Iwu Anyanwụ, aha eji aga mba ndị Igbo. Ana m ekwusi ike maka na anọgide ọ dịka na-eme hụ ndị kwe na ndị ekweghị. Anyị bụ ndị Igbo, mana na nke a na ọchịchị nke a bụ ọhaneze a anyị niile kwenyere na ya. Onwe ndị aka akwerọ fa kwenye ka bụ izizi. And ike na ụnụ na-ebidoro ebido anyị wee nwee mmemme atata. April ka eme the inauguration. Ọnwa ise anyị gbakọnọta tata na-enwe Igbo Day. Ndewo President anyị, ndewo ndị ọhaneze. And oge m hụrụ oge a na-eme March Past, steeti niile bụ ndị mekiri ọhaneze so wee mee March Past. O gosi na Igbo niile kwekọrịtara ọnụ were sịnụ at least a na-eme mpempe ịma na anyị na-eme ndị kwe sị na anyị bụ Republicans. Nwere onye bụ nọmba 2, nye ọbụla nọmba 1, onye ka ọ bụ ka mana biko nụ ka anyị kwelu na nke a. Thank you very much. Nke ịbụa bụ ikene gọvanọ anyị, ana m akpọ ya my landlord gọvanọ nke m kwu ka ọ bụ. Maka na onye nwa gọvanọ nọ n'obi anyị, Enugu steeti. Enugu bụ the political capital ndị Igbo. And anyị kwesịrị ebe gọvanọ anyị nọ wee sị na onye nwa ga-anabata anyị niile. Mụnwa kwenyere na Enugu a political capital. Mụnwa kwuna asị na obi be anyị ka ọ bụ, obi anyị niile ka ọ bụ. Mụnwa nwekwuru be m na Enugu ebe a, ebi m ebe a since the 1990s. So gọvanọ nke m ka ọ bụ, ama na ọ ga-eme ya. Gọvanọ, ndewo. So ihe mbịa bụ ọ bụrụ na oyibo asị na solidarity na anyị niile bụ gịnị ofu. Mụnwa bụ nwata East Central State. Nke a na-akpọzi Anambra, Imo, Abịa, nke ọ dị m ọfụ. Oge ntonite East Central State. Ebe m go primary school m bụ na Niger Sem Nkalago, the current Ebonyi. And ebe m go nya bụ ife ndị kụzili m si na the entire South East. Onye kụzili m primary 1 Mr. Agowa from Mbise. Primary 2 bụ Mr. Odo from the current Ebonyi. Primary 3 now Dr. Mrs. Mebrim Obi Enugu ebe a, onye Mbise, Imo. Onye kụzili m primary 4 Mr. Ago, onye Udi. Primary 5 Mr. Anwukwa from Abia. And primary 6 Chukwu Lobel, onye Ihiala. My headmaster was Mr. Aichineke, onye Ihiala, Anambra. So I believe etonite mbolo South East. Among these boundaries etinyela ọfụ bịara ọfụ ebe a epeka. It used to be one state with Enugu as our capital. Ka anyị rapụzie nọ Abia, Imo, Anambra, nke a. Anyị gbakọnọta ọnụ, anyị eme Ala-Igbo ife o kwesịrị ịbụ. Ọkwa ya bụ ife nna-ayọ nke m ebe a. Nke ọzọ bụkwa ekene na ife abịala ime tata. Bụ iji wee sị ndị ụmụnna iji wee lote na anyị ama elofu. Ndị niile bụ anyị ụzọ wee sibe ite. Ndị kwawara akwụkwọ ebe anyị nọ tata. Ndị led foundation ebe anyị nọ tata. Maka na onye amara ebe mmiri nọ wee mabịa, ama ebe ọ nọ wee megịnị ma debie. So na anyị ga-echighakwa azụ from Nnamdi Azikiwe Akanu Ibiamfa, jebe to Odumegwu Ojukwuva, ma ndị the captains of industry, ma Sir Louis Odumegwu Ojukwuva, gbadaba, or the MI Okpara, MI Power. On this occasion, ka anyị na-ekwu maka Southeast transformation. I began to miss MI Okpara. MI Okpara, the man who saw tomorrow, the man who served selflessly. This man superintended the fastest growing regional economy in the world. And yet, because he exiled, he had no heart in his homeland. Selfless service. Ndebai, no Igbo, our future is in our past. Part of our future is in our past. And aichi akwa malifa ige ngomita netu ndasi weloche planning ekumia yesterday na the southeast ama anywhere. We can have projects eba inwalike rail line wrong can but without a long-term vision and a plan, you can do 1,000 projects and they lead you nowhere. You must have nwenata ebe na-eje ka ọ ga-abụ nke ị na-etinyezi ọ dị ka onye na-achọ ịlụ ụlọ ị nwere architectural or structural drawing na-asịlụ nye pole ebe a tinye nke ebe a tinye nke ebe a ịlụgide ịlụsị mmadụ ama ebi na ya nọ gbọ. So na the southeast I need a long-term perspective plan. I kwekọrịtagoro ebe anyị na-eje. Coincidentally, Ohaneze, you have a role to play. And we're a government of the southeast. If we will South 5 governments. Mana I ekwekọrịtago na anyị ga-agbakọ n'ọtọ ọnụ. I not one. Ka anyị malụ with the help of Ohaneze, with the help of our professionals. Anyị echebe echiche etu kedu etu ife a niile ga-esi wee dị for the next 50 years, the next 100 years, and for generations unborn. And n'okwu ikpeazụ nchọrọ ikwu bụ ịgwa ndị be anyị na enough of the lamentations. Anyị ebekaliga akwa. Yes, insecurity. Yes, nka. Yes, nka. Yes, nka. Mụnwa, I prefer to see the glass. I prefer to see the glass that is half full rather than continue to demand a half empty glass. Yes, Ala-Igbo, when insecurity. I get bidogodo by acknowledging na tata ka onyama. If it was our security. Every day we have decided to coordinate to continue. Whenever we're going to let go. Manata again ka onyama. Makana kana ekwie they are nature when the nature until everything is all sorted out. There is no crime-free society anywhere in the world. Even in London, you watch here na agafe. Mmadụ na-asị m wee kwe nwayọọ na enwekwa ike ịdọpụ ya. Na London. So, there will always be those. But this organized criminality. This organized criminality, we are determined to solve it as a people. I want the governors. I work all together. And I get me. Manakai na me. Even in spite of all of those, the recent ranking, MLO, ease of doing business in Nigeria. The ease of doing business in Nigeria. The number one at the entire 17 states in the south, in the southern Nigeria, is Anambra State. In spite of the insecurity. Okay? Just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I went to do a groundbreaking ceremony for the second car vehicle manufacturing company in Anambra State. And many companies are coming. There are dozens of them lining up in spite of the insecurity. So let's stop this bemoaning on Amenka, Denka, and Masono, and Ala-Igbo is ready for business. Ala-Igbo is ready for business. Let's come together and get it done. And our future, I give you a livable and prosperous homeland. But in addition to that, a homeland, because I'm a federalist, I believe we must have a prosperous homeland. Manakai na-emie, anyị bụ ndị na-eje mba, oje mba enwilo. Our future also is in Nigeria. Our future is in Africa. Our future is in the rest of the world. And an itinerant tribe cannot afford to be an intolerant tribe. Ndị Igbo, we must live within others because we need the rest of the world to make an Igbo if all ga-abụ. Akwụjakwa n'okwu nchọrọ ikwu unu. An Igbo kwenu, mụọnụ, zụọnụ, kachakwanụ, ndewonu. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, sir, especially our dear host, the governor of Enugu State, our own wonderful brother. Thank you so much, sir. The President General of Ohaneze, Emmanuel Iwu Anyanwụ, the man that has made today possible. Thank you. The Honorable Minister here present, please, for words of time, let me humbly respect and speak on the already established protocol. Thank you. Today is the day that we have come to celebrate our identity. And what is that identity? Igbo Day. Igbo people are the most virtuous people in the whole world. If you go out there, any good man doing anything asks of his identity, he will tell you that he's an Igbo man. We are proud to be Igbo people. The people, thank you. And that is why we are here, to tell the whole world that yes, Igbo people have come to speak with one voice. Igbo people have come to identify our identity. Igbo people have come to celebrate our culture. Today is that day. On this note, I take a lead from what that happened yesterday in Imo State. I was highly overwhelmed. When you look at all the Eastern governors, they have come together to speak with one voice. Why can't we get all that we want with this one voice? We have come to a stage whereby whatever that belongs to Igbo people must be given to us. We have come to tell them, yes, we are no longer divided. We are now one family. The one family that will make things move forward. Remember, when we go to federal, it's always, anytime they are talking of Igbo people, they will say they are not united. I want to thank our leaders for deeming it necessary to bring us all together. But we are not stopping here. A lot of jobs are to be done. One, we need to review the constitution of the Igbo identity. We need to review it. We need to put some things in place. We need to change some archaic ideas that are not auguring with the present situation. 2, one of my leaders said it here, that we need to release Nnamdi. Yes. And I want to thank all our leaders that has made efforts in one way or the other. Nnamdi is our brother. We are not happy seeing him there. We can do a lot. When we speak as one voice, it will not take us 1 second to bring him out there. But the problem we have is within us. Are we ready to fight this battle? Are we ready to keep our secret? Are we ready to move with one voice? That is the question we need to ask ourselves. But with all these questions, God has given us the direction by bringing us all together. This is a new dawn for every Igbo man. This is a new direction for all of us. And with this, I say, we are not going to stop here. Let us continue. Let us continue to change the mindset of our people. Somebody said, stay at home. Why are we staying at home? Jeopardizing the economy, jeopardizing our business. No, gone are the days of that old mercantilism. We need to move forward. Thirdly, today really is not a day of history. I am highly delighted with my Ebonyi people that are here to celebrate today. We want to tell them that left for Ebonyi, Ebonyi people are always ready to do the best. Ebonyi people are always ready to take the lead. If you come to Ebonyi State, you will see a lot of things happening. Real. This is not camel. Come to Ebonyi, that is the best and the pride of the nation for now. If you doubt it, if you doubt it, follow me to Ebonyi. You will see that you will not like to come back. But I appreciate. That is what all of us will emulate. Because in Ebonyi there, we are one big family. We don't have two voices there, but one. And that is why we are getting it right. Please, I'm begging everybody, let us forgive and forget. Let us speak as one voice. And when we speak as one voice, one mission, one step, I bet you will get it right. I love you all. God bless you.
Onye ọbụla gee ntị na onwe ndị ga-enweta awọdụ n'ụbọchị taa na-ekelekwa ndị gọvanọ anyị n'etiti anyị na-egbughị oge. Ana m asị na nke izizi bụ Grand Hero of Igbo land to Right Honorable Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, GCFR, Owelo of Onitsha.
Emeritus Professor Uche Azikiwe, MFR, Biko Bagote Ozigbo.
Na-akpọkwa the Grand Hero of Igbo land, Major General Johnson Thomas Umunnawe Aguironsi.
Tom Aguironsi, Biko Bagotebe.
Na-akpọkwa Grand Hero of Igbo land, conferred on Chief Chukwuemeka Odumewu Ojukwu Ikemba Nnewi. Anyị hụrụ Makalisia Ambassador Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu. A na-akpọ Chief Dennis Chukwude Ọsadebe, grand hero of Igbo land. N'otu aka ahụkwa ka anyị na-akpọ Dr. Michael biko asị ka m repeat here, Chief Dennis Ọsadebe for grand hero of Igbo land, onye na-anọchite pụta. Were otu aka na-akpọ Dr. Michael Okpara, grand hero of Igbo land, conferred on him.
Anyị agbago Dr. Michael Ihonukara Okpara, MI Power, biko the representative Michael Okpara play.
Ejo Hala na grand hero of Igbo land on Dr. Francis Akanu Ibiam. Francis Akanu Ibiam, onye na-anọchite Moses Bagote. Francis Akanu Ibiam. Ambrose. I know now. Not to Akahu. Grand hero of Igbo land, to blessed Cyprian Michael Iwene Tansi. Because I will only know that I can't be a member. I can't be. Wakanibiam, okay? Thank you. I na point to na nochite blessed Cyprian Michael Iwene Tansi or the blessed memory. I na point to na nochite for grand hero of Igbo land Tansi. I know na distinguish. Because Father, thank you so much. Kaina Abayanambo, distinguished hero of Igbo land, Chief ZCOB, Chief ZCOB, Una Manago Lolo Nibo in the past, Chief ZCOB, Owena Nochitie, Etitian, Senator, distinguished Senator Ngige. Mazim Bono GK, distinguished hero of Igbo land. To Mazim Bono GK, Owena Nochite Mazim Bono GK, Obagote. I na akpọ Dr. Sam Onunaka. Sam Mbakwe, Owena Nochite Sam Mbakwe. Owena Nochite Dr. Sam Mbakwe for distinguished hero of Igbo land. Obu no nso ya Obagote. Onye a na-akpọ bụ Dr. Jaja Anucha Ndubisi Wachukwu. Jaja Wachukwu for distinguished hero of Igbo land. Onye na-anọchite Bagote. Abisina, Dr. Abisina Akweke Nwafọ Izu. Onye na-anọchite ya bịa distinguished hero of Igbo land. And your because I na appointed Mbakwe or Alex Mbakwe ba. I na appointed na Professor Kenneth DK. Professor Kenneth DK, former Vice Chancellor. Because Jaja Wachukwu ne. Aja Wachukwu. Biko, anyị na-akpọ ite onye na-anọgide Dr. Alex Ekwueme, Dr. Alex Ifeanyichukwu Ekwueme, onye na-anọgide for distinguished hero of Igbo land. Anyị na-akpọ ite onye na-anọgide Chief Christian Chukwuma Ono, Chief Christian Chukwuma Ono for distinguished hero of Igbo land. Chief Sisi Ono, Chief Sisi Ono. Chief Sisi Ono. Anunefu. I hand over to Nube Sisi Ono. I don't want Bianca. Thank you. Mbono Jike Bagote. Mbono Jike. Ona abia maka Mbono Jike. Thank you. Because in appointed anointed Dr. Mrs. Miriam Babangida Adandi Boje Mono, Dr. Mrs. Miriam Babangida. I know appointed Honorable Justice Augustine Nnamani. Honorable Justice Augustine Nnamani. I know appointed Justice Chukwudifu Oputa, yes. Miriam Bangida. Wabagote. And appointed Justice Philip Patrick Nnemeka Agu. Justice Nnemeka Agu. Ndena Bagote. I appointed Dr. Simon Nnemeka. Oh, amazing. Nnemeka is here. Nnemeka. Nnemeka, congratulations. Mama Ngwa, thank you. I appointed Dr. Simon Onwu. Dr. Simon Onwu, the first medical doctor in the whole Eastern region. That is Simon Onwu. Oh, yawa. I appointed Professor Eyo Ita. Professor Eyo Ita. I appointed Dr. Alvan Ikoku for distinguished hero of Igbo land, Dr. Alvan Ikoku. I appointed Ambassador Matthew Mbu, MT Mbu. I appointed MT Mbu Kobagote. I appointed Jaja, King Jaja of Opobo, King Jubo Juboga, King Jaja of Opobo. Anyị na-akpọ onye na-anọchite Dr. Kingsley Ozumba Mbadiwe. Dr. Kingsley Ozumba Mbadiwe, Jaja of Opobo. Dr. Kingsley Ozumba Mbadiwe. K.O. Mbadiwe. Yeah, happen. Yeah, Oyena Nojite, Chief Mrs. Margaret Ekpo, Mpimbu, oh, Senator, distinguished Senator, come up. Aina Ekpo, Senator, say Senator, Mpimbu. Aina Ekpo, Oyena Nojite, Chief Mrs. Margaret Ekpo, Netiti Ayin, Margaret Ekpo. Allow this man for me, allow him, give me. Give me what you want. Alvan Ikoku, come up. Allow Alvan Ikoku to come. Alvan Ikoku. Alvan Ikoku. Yes, thank you. Congratulations. Oyena anointed Dr. Pius Okibo. Dr. Pius Okibo. Ana appointed Oyena anointed Senator Francis Ella for Hero of Igbo Land. Francis Ella for Hero of Igbo Land. No to Akahu, Chief Michael Okpala Power Mike for Hero. Hero of Igbo Land, Power Mike.
Francis Ella, Power Mike.
Power Mike. Professor Njoku Obi for Hero of Igbo Land. Professor Njoku Obi. I na nọchite Chief Louis Odumegwu Ojukwu. Chief Louis Odumegwu Ojukwu. Njoku Obi abịago. Name Professor Njoku Obi. Njoku Obi. After that, Chief Louis Ojukwu. Bianca is playing 3 roles here. Ambassador Bianca is playing multiple roles. We salute you. Louis Ojukwu to Ambassador Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu. Professor Godwin Anibezo Deniwe. Professor Godwin Anibezo Deniwe. Ononso. Senator Dr. Ofianwale. Senator Dr. Ofianwale for Hero of Igbo Land.
Ofianwale, come up.
Ofianwale. Professor Chike Obi, mathematician. Professor Chike Obi. Hero of Igbo Land to Chief NU Agban. Chief NU Agban. Hero of Igbo Land, Chief NU Agban, former Secretary of the Eastern Region. Chief Jerome Udoji. Hero of Igbo Land to Chief Jerome Udoji. Jerome Udoji. Hero of Igbo Land to Professor Eni Njoku, Professor Eni Njoku. Professor Chinua Achebe, Professor Chinua Achebe, as a matter of fact, is distinguished hero of Igbo land. Another distinguished hero of Igbo land, General Philip Effiong. General Philip Effiong, distinguished hero of Igbo land. Justice Charles Daddy Onyama, Charles Daddy Onyama, hero of Igbo land. Onyama, oh. Chief Richard Iyotu, Dictator. Chief Richard Iyotu, Dictator. His Royal Majesty Eze S.N. Woluchem. Eze Woluchem. Na 2023 Igbo Day. Madudika Prosobati Nnaji. Oye Wameru, Chairman, Maka Lecture for 2023 Igbo Day. And I appointed Professor Bati Nnaji, Koda Woli Kike Ekene from Aheja Agambana Ohaneze Ndibu. Onye nke ọzọ, Professor Bati Nnaji, onye nke ọzọ bụ Most Reverend Professor Godfrey Ona, the Catholic Bishop of Nsukka Diocese, Cheru. Governor is aware. Onye nke ọzọ Prince Ato Eze Ozugbo Ndo as chairman of the 2023 Igbo Day. Wote nke ọzọ, madam. Onye nke ọzọ bụ Fred Odo Eze PhD as the chairman of Igbo 2023.
Thanks. Okay.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Enugu State, Barrister Peter Ndubisimba, Your Excellency, the Governor of Anambra State, Your Excellency Dr. Charles Soludo, the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, so, all protocols observed. On behalf of the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, I, the Chairman of the Planning Committee, do please thank you for coming to witness this, to grace this occasion. Your presence had made all the difference. Igbo, Ekunigo, Ndeba Kedeunu, our governor, for sponsoring this event from beginning to end. Governor, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Your Excellencies, may we rise for the national anthem, please. May we rise for the national anthem.